Alright, welcome back. It is quite a few hours later. But we are pretty much ready to go. I went and double checked online to see if there's any other part I had to construct, but it's done. And as far as I know, we're ready to go. But there are two and one more thing that I wanted to do before we do. So, the first one's fairly benign. We're going to go over to our submarine, which you can actually use this as a reference to how far we got launched. We got launched like 200 meters away. Yeah, it used to be sitting right about here. So, yeah, about 150 meters away from this, which is kind of hilarious.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
See, I told you the solar charge is working. Sorry, give me just a second. Alright. There's a small chance I may have to take a break for a little bit and work on something. I'm going the wrong way. Dang it. Actually, okay, never mind. So, if I do, sorry, but I do have something that may come up part of the way through here. But anyway, one of the things that I just learned about when I took a look at the wiki article for the Neptune rocket is that apparently you have the option once you build this to say goodbye to your cuttlefish. Now, admittedly, there's a couple things in this game I haven't explored too much. One of them being the cuttlefish. I also didn't explore base building that much. I just did enough for
Seek fluid intake immediately.
a small little base. So I feel like we owe it to him to say goodbye to him. Maybe, actually, we'll play with him for a little bit. I think you can do some, things with him, and then we'll say goodbye to him. And we can dock it on the base, suck up all the base power, and put it in this power cell.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's taking it out. So, cuttlefish. If you remember, we got that egg quite a while ago. I never did anything with it. Also, we're full of tiny fish now. The best part about this is you can pick them up and eat them. Presumably cook them first. So, the cuttlefish, I'm going to go ahead and pick up. It's a neat little thing, and before they introduced the ability to grow plants and the ability to generate water at your base, that was a pretty useful thing right there. But now there's, so many good ways to go about this that it kind of becomes a bit redundant, So anyway, I think in order to play with the cuttlefish, we actually have to take it out of the containment once it's hatched. You gotta put it in the containment to hatch it, and then you've got to take it out to play with it. Alright. Here he is, man's best friend. Play with fish. So he gives you a high five. Whoa. It's a little bit dark here, actually. Will he follow me? Oh, he does. Now we can see better over here. Whoa, where did it go? Oh, it's behind your ear, cuttlefish. Oh my god, pets are amazing. So cuddly. So unfortunately, we have to leave him on this water planet, so the thing I wanted to do was say farewell to him, even though we barely played with him at all. Goodbye, cuttlefish. Enjoy the depths. Oh, we can still play with him. But at least we said goodbye. Goodbye, fish friend. I didn't know you for very long, but you were amazing. Alright. So that's one thing. The next one is, and this one hopefully, we may achieve these two at the same time if I screw this up, but
All systems online.
the next one is check out the edge of the map. I do know that it's supposed to be kind of dangerous, but I've never done it, and there's apparently someone made some compilation video. I didn't even watch the whole thing, to be perfectly honest. I just kind of... Wow, we took some damage. I just kind of saw a little, like, clip from it of, like, you know, this is what happens when these famous YouTubers who played the Subnautica went to the edge, and then it's just full of, like, you know, scripted screaming. I really hate big-time YouTubers who play, you know, scary games. Not that I like scary games. Oh, man, now I sound like a hipster, don't I? I hate that reaction when it's like, you know, when it's like, hey, let's watch them do the thing, and then they go do the thing, and they're like, oh my god! You know, it's that. I don't like that. It's kind of aggravating.
All systems online.
So anyway, the other part of this is that we wanted to wait until we were done building this before I did this, because once this happens, sorry, I bumped the mic. Once this happens, all of this is going to be gone. Everything in here, all of our hard work, all gone. We're also going to go ahead and eject this. I don't think I need the prawn anymore, but I do want it out of the ship. Goodbye! It does kind of hover there. I wonder if that's a safety feature they put in to keep you from losing it in, like, really deep water. I think it's like a safety feature of some sort. Because it stops dropping after a while. Which doesn't exactly make sense, but, you know, whatever. Let's see. Okay. Let's get the sea moth in. This is part of my plan for, destroying the Cyclops. Now, one thing is, I'm not sure if you can destroy the Cyclops without, you know, a creature attacking it. I want to try some stuff, but if that doesn't work, then we're gonna need to find a semi-safe area with a dangerous creature, which is a kind of hard thing to do. To find to do this. So, I'm not exactly sure which direction to go. To my understanding, you can go just about anywhere. I am going to go ahead and pull up a map really quick of the Subnautica world, now that we've seen everything. This isn't really a spoiler, at least I don't think so. Let's see if we can find a decent one. I want one with points of interest on it. Okay, this one's not bad. So, this is the Aurora right here. The green one, I think, is the floating island. Let's see. Not underwater islands. Where's the island? Is it not on this map? I don't know if it's on this map. There's so many maps. Like, there's so many levels of detail you can get. Like, this one's super vague. I'm pretty sure that green chunk is... Oh, you can't even see my point here. I forgot. Okay, this is a colorblind one. If you see that little green chunk towards the bottom left, that's the floating island. So we're already kind of in the direction of being towards the floating island. Or being towards the edge of the map. So once we exit the Grand Reef, we're off the map. So, basically, if we head in this direction, we're going to be off the map. Now, of course, that'll be really hard to tell unless we're actually paying attention to the sea floor. I'm not too worried about, power usage because I'm fairly certain we're going to use up most of it. Or we're not going to need it after this is what I'm trying to say. Okay, there he is. He scares me every time because, you know, the big scary guy underground, he's got big tentacles too. There's our vent again. And I've never actually done this, by the way. I should say. So I'm kind of terrified, I've seen little snippets of clips from people, and I've read about this. But I've never actually gone this way. It's kind of fitting, too, because it's starting to become nighttime where I'm at. It feels kind of fitting to go this way. Okay, I think this is it.
Rig for silent running. Ahead slow.
Man, there's nothing down there. We're not going to spend too long here, but I do want the interesting things to happen before I leave. Wonder what this is. This seems kind of out of the way, doesn't it? Alright, let's keep going. Just inky blackness.
Warning, entering ecological dead zone. Adding report to databank.
We'll look at that in a bit. But as you can see, it just drops straight down. Oh, crap. You see him down there? I'm not going... Oh, crap.
Ahead flagged. Remote attack speed.
Oh, I didn't even have my silence on.
Rig for silent running.
Alright, yep. We're out of there.
Ahead standard.
Oh, look, here's the Sea Treader's path, by the way. Look at him just chilling out. Alright, so... that is called, I believe the game calls that the Dead Zone. Yeah. I believe the game calls that the Dead Zone. Let's look up this. Crater Edge. Geological scans of the area show a steep decline in all directions. This data is consistent with the theory that the Aurora crashed on the edge of a 2 by 2 kilometer volcanic crater. It's likely been millennia since an eruption reached the surface, encouraging the ecosystem within the crater to flourish. The ecology, I think it is, of the trench surrounding the crater supports only two kinds of life, microscopic and the Leviathan class. Exploration is ill-advised. So, basically, the entire game world takes place on an inactive volcano, which is why when you go really deep down, there's all that lava down there. Let's get this repaired, even though the goal in a minute is to have none of this repaired. So yeah, once you enter out there, I believe a Ghost Reaper Leviathan spawns. If you keep staying out there, up to 2 more will spawn. I think. There is nothing down there. Like, you keep going down, you find nothing. You'll go way beyond the crush limit. So it's just death, really. And so it's kind of interesting because whenever that DLC that they were talking about does end up eventually coming out, apparently it's going to take place in a different part of this world, I think. Because while it's an ocean world, to our understanding, you know, it's not necessarily like this. We're not necessarily on top of a volcanic crater everywhere. It's only a 2-kilometer area that the game takes place on, which is kind of crazy to think about, that that the ship happened to crash land on a relatively speaking extremely small 2-kilometer area. We're just kind of tooling along in the Sea Treader's path. Okay, so since there's nothing really here, since the warpers aren't dangerous anymore, that's going to hurt me. One thing I wanted to try to see if we could damage the ship. I don't know if this will, but
Ahead flagged. Emergency.
If overheating the engine and then setting it on fire, I wonder if that will.
Excessive noise.
That's one thing I'm going to try. So, presumably we just go around at max speed until something breaks, I guess.
Warning. Engine overheat.
And we'll get to hear some cool music too. Actually, hold on.
Ahead standard.
Because that Ghost Reaper Leviathan could still be around here. Let's get to not here. So wherever I come out, if this does work, I won't be in a dangerous area. That's kind of what I want. I'd like not to get eaten as I try to escape from the ship. If you know what I mean. Up here, I don't think there's really anything dangerous, so let's do it up here.
Ahead flagged. Emergency speed.
So I don't know if this works. The problem is I tried looking up this information, and I didn't find anything super easy telling me yes or no.
Warning. Vessel counterfeit. Excessive noise.
So we're just going to try it.
Warning. Engine overheat. Warning. Engine heat critical. Warning. Fire detected.
I'd like to see you kill me.
Warning. Engine heat critical.
I know it'll slowly start suffocating you after a while, but I wonder if it'll actually, like, break.
Engine heat critical. Warning. Engine heat critical.
Nah, doesn't look like it.
Warning. Fire detected.
I know there's a fire. Actually, it is damaging it.
Engine heat critical.
Multiple fires, probably. I think we're okay, probably. It does look like it's slowly damaging it, though. Yeah, it is. Good, that's what I want. Our oxygen's not going down.
Fire detected.
Welcome
Can I dock again?
All systems online.
Let's get back in there and be like, fire critical!
Captain.
Oh man, it gets smoky in here. Let's get some food and water before we lose the ship.
Fire detected.
I mean, to be honest, like, unless you're getting chased, actively chased by something, you would have more than enough time to put out these fires. Yeah, it's definitely doing some damage, though. And you can't see either.
Warning. Vessel counterfeit. Excessive noise.
So dark! Oh, this music's pretty cool, too.
Fire detected.
See, I'd like some kind of event. Where am I going? I don't even know. I'd like some kind of event where you'd actually have to, like, do this for a little bit, and then when you got to the end, you'd have to repair. Obviously, with the game being as open-ended as it is, that's unlikely to happen, but that would be a cool event, wouldn't it?
Warning. Engine heat critical. Warning. Fire detected.
Man, but, like, if you really wanted to, you'd be able to put out this fire so much easier. Oh, look at all that damage it's taking. Let's get out really quick and see if we can take a look. Oh, I'm taking health damage, I see. It's getting quite a few hull breaches around it. I think we can outlive the damage, though.
Some systems need attention.
Some systems require attention.
Fire detected.
I don't think I have any more med kits, so I'd go that way if I could. I could just get out of the ship, of course. But I think my health will last long enough to... before the ship goes out. Actually, no, we're losing...
Fire
health
detected.
pretty quickly now. Yeah, if I don't find a med kit, we'll just have to get out. Oh god, there's fire down here! Oh no! That wasn't what I wanted to do. Get me out! Get me out! Ow! Hold on, we're gonna try one more time now that I know I turned around the wrong way. We can get out, we can get out. Woo!
All systems online.
Can I see the ship's hull? Oh yeah, it's about out. I can barely see it, but yeah, it's about out. I would have stayed longer, but I didn't expect to be on fire. Because I would have loved to hear all the audio lines inside there. Let me see if I can go in just for a second, if that'll kill me.
See how they get imminent. Abandoned ship.
Abandoned ship. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Oh, you can hear the sound now.
Total hull failure. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Goodbye, big but brav. Oh, wow. And there it goes. Goodbye, old friend. You served us well going into the great deep. This is why I wanted to be somewhere safe so we could actually take a look. So this is the cool part about it. The annoying thing you'd of course run into if your ship blew up is that you'd be out of all those materials you used to make it. But it's cool because it drops a bunch of scrap metal around the ship. And supposedly, it's supposed to drop some of the materials you'd need to remake a new ship as well. Not all, but some of them. There's some metal salvage. So this is cool. See, I saw some screenshots and stuff of this back when they introduced the update that allowed your ship to break like this. Okay, so you'd be able to get the upgrades out. That's cool. You'd be able to get your power cells out. Which I feel like maybe for extra rocket fuel might be a nice thing you'd want to keep, you know. Can't use that, that's unpowered. There's decoys. There's my planters, which are now empty, which makes sense, it's full of water. Ah, you can still access your locker stuff. Okay, that's cool. That's a cool benefit. Not that I need it anymore, but if your ship ever did blow up, that would be super helpful. Yeah, all your stuff is still here. That didn't blow up. That's cool. So I read something about how it was supposed to drop like your... It was supposed to drop like some computer chips and stuff for you. You know, stuff you'd need to rebuild your ship. It looks like, though, all you really get is anything that you placed inside and some scrap metal. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, and this is still in place. Okay. I mean, it's still kind of cool, and I wanted to stay around longer. See, the thing you're supposed to do at that point, to my understanding, is... You're supposed to, once it says, it starts saying abandoned ship, you're supposed to get to, if you have a vehicle of some sort, like a Seamoth or a prawn suit, you want to get into that and get out of your ship. Because you get like 10-something seconds before the ship explodes. Now, looks like just scrap metal. Oh well. That's still really cool. And that was the last thing. Destroyed Cyclops. Oh, it tells you the location that it actually broke at. And it pops a beacon. Fair enough. That's a cool feature. And honestly, while I don't necessarily want scripted events in a game like this, it'd be something nice to make that so that, because see, I mean, and the other thing that's kind of hard to say, of course, is that I've played this game for a while, so I don't really know if I'm necessarily like better off than most of the other players. I probably am, but you know, it just seems. Oh, I'm causing the whole thing to sink. But it's, oh, maybe it's a safety feature in case you're stupid enough to do this. Yeah, there you go. I don't know if that's a safety feature or just physics, but yeah, it'd be nice to force a player to have to deal with something like that. Like, maybe give them a situation where, maybe they'll do that in the DLC, but where you come across a base from before that someone made, some, like, survivor that died, and they have a submarine. You know, I don't know. Obviously, this game was set up to be, like, the situation of you got stuck on this planet all alone. And so they don't necessarily want to, you know, do that, but I think it's kind of cool. Either way. Even if it's something that never would have happened naturally to me. Wonder how far you can get up this thing if you just keep inching like this. I'm wasting time. I'm heavily wasting time. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't affect our rocket launch in any way. So let's go for it. We said goodbye to our cuttlefish. We got to see the edge of the world. We blew up our submarine. And I jumped on the platform. Honestly, it's about as good as I could have hoped for. Goodbye, world of Subnautica. If this DLC comes out, I'll definitely be playing it. Because it's such a cool game and there's such cool mechanics. I'd love to see more. Let's keep our power cells. Oh, they're all empty? They deplete the zero charge. I guess it kind of makes sense. Your ship just blew up, so it probably consumed a massive amount of power. Alright. Let's see if we can do a time capsule. So you can put items in it, put an image, and put a message. And presumably other players that play the game have the chance to find these time capsules. Yeah, when you exit that, weird things happen. Where'd my, oh, it must have flung that away. Maybe that's the thing that's happening whenever you exit this thing. Physics, like, activate all of a sudden that weren't previously activated. I don't know. We need to get a good picture, though. You know? Maybe we could get a picture of our base. I don't know, really. I kind of forgot how you even take pictures. Might have to look that up. Alright, so it's F11. If I could get rid of that beacon. In fact, I can, actually, because I can turn off beacons. There we go. Maybe I can get a good screenshot. Alright, we'll use that. We need some items, so let's give... I wonder if that's not okay. Let's just give him some ion power cells. Is that okay? Are you allowed to do that? I feel like that would break someone's game progress. Oh, then again, power was never like a massive problem, but I feel like it still would. This is too much technology. You can't give that to the people. We'll do that one. Yeah, do that one. Wait, 2 of 3? What's 2 of 3 mean? Oh, we've done 2 of 3 things needed to make the time capsule work. Okay. Now we have to leave a message. Alright, good enough for me. Back. How do I actually send it?
Time capsule ready.
Alright, so time capsule is ready to be sent. Let's activate life support. I do appreciate oxygen in my spaceship.
Life support systems online.
And primary CPU.
Primary computer systems active.
I
All
love this.
systems are go for liftoff.
I love this dome, by the way. I'd love to have it like a dome like this on one of the like living habitats. All right. So the end of Subnautica, at least for now. Launch rocket. Sure hope I know how to fly this.
Ready to launch on your command, Captain. Launch in 10, 9, 8,
What? The birds?
7, 6.
You guys better
5,
move.
4, 3, 2, 1. Time capsule jettisoned.
I hope my enameled glass stands up to the rigors of space.
Caution. Approaching orbital debris field.
That's what the shield's for. Oh. Ah. Great. Can I fix that?
Orbital debris field clear. Performing gravity turn maneuver. Confirm destination coordinates. Nearest interstellar phase gate. Engaging ion boosters in 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god, space! Think they're gonna clear that debt with me? You know, the one about how we owed them a ton of money or something?
What is a wave without the ocean? A beginning without an end. They are different, but they go together. Now you go among the stars, and I fall among the sand. We are different, but we go together.
And there you go. The end of Subnautica's story. Like I said, I'd been following this game for a few years, through its development. I wasn't there right at the beginning, when it went into early access, but I kind of jumped on it fairly early on. And it definitely seemed like it was a really cool game, and of course this was around the time that early access was starting to become a big thing. Let me turn down the volume slightly. This is around the time that early access was starting to become a really big thing. And so, you know, we were starting to see a number of games that were like early access and getting abandoned, or early, and then there kind of became the stigma behind early access. Like, it was really cool at first, but then people are like, hey, that just gives people a chance to charge you $20 and take your money. So it's certainly got some problems, but this one turned out great, I think. There's little graphical bugs here and there and weird physics bugs, as you've seen just a bit ago. And you can see they give special thanks to YouTubers that played. Really, it turned out great, honestly. Overall, it's got a pretty decent level of polish to it. It's a lot of fun. And I look forward to that DLC when it comes out. I don't really have any major issues. It was a lot of...
Terra. Permission to land will be granted once you have settled your outstanding balance of 1 trillion credits.
We're stuck in space. So, anyway, yeah. It's, I liked it. It's got a mix of kind of scary, but it's not necessarily, I think, intended to be a scary horror game, which I kind of like. I don't like games that are necessarily trying to scare you. Jump scares and all that. But stuff where just the atmosphere is unsettling, like that Lost River was especially good for that. But yet, we're coming across alien ancient artifacts that are far beyond our technology and, exploration, finding weird fish, all sorts of cool stuff. It's a great game. And I look forward to that DLC whenever it does happen. And we'll definitely be Let's Playing that. So, for now, this is the end of Subnautica. I've already got a game in mind for what I want to play pretty soon for next to replace this. And Phoenix Wright is going to come after the game I'm talking about. By the way, I've been talking about it for a while. I really do want to do Phoenix Wright, but there's something I've been wanting to do just a little bit more. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed though. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for Subnautica or whatever else we're playing. Bye!